Hello everyone. Welcome to the part 1 of the 21st episode of the Malaysian Students Podcast. I'm your host today, Felicia. So today we are lucky to have our podcaster, Junjie,
Hello, everyone.
and our guest, Nigel, in the session. Why don't you introduce more about yourself to us, Nigel?
Hi everyone, my name is Nigel. I'm a student in Malaysia. I'm 75% Indian and 25% Chinese. And my hobby is to play football.
I see. Oh, why is there a percentage for the mixed blood?
Because my mom is Indian and my dad is Indian.
Oh, wow, that's so interesting. That's so
Uh,
interesting about you.
Yeah,
So,
a fun fact.
yeah, fun fact. Today, we'll be talking about Chinese Independent High School in Malaysia. Just for some historical context here, just in case some of you guys are the audiences abroad. Basically, Chinese schools in Malaysia were founded by ethnic Chinese as early as the 19th century, and the main intention is to provide education in Chinese language. Our ancestors fought very hard to preserve Chinese language so that students in Malaysia nowadays still have the chance to continue learn our mother tongue. However, most people currently don't really know about Chinese independent school. So today, it's a good chance for us to explore and know more about Chinese independent high school, as well as to correct some of the misconceptions or stereotypes that people usually have towards the school. Aside from that, this might serve as a reference for you to choose which secondary school to enter as well. So let me start the main content with one question first. I'm quite interested to know why did you choose to enter the Chinese independent school at first, Nigel? Like any stories behind or what motivates you to study there?
Not to say there's much story, but I decided to continue my studies in a Chinese independent school because when I wanted to choose between in the Malay schools, I had a bit of hard time because my parents a bit worried that I might not fit in well, might face some issues or whatever. So, and then because from small I've been studying Chinese, so that's why I personally thought that maybe if I continue in the Chinese school would be easier for me. And at the beginning, I wanted to this. I chose this Chinese independent school is because it was for my future studies on what I wanted to go through on, and mainly it's because my brother was there too, so it was much more easier for me.
Oh, so what's your age of your older brother right now?
He's 18 and I'm 16.
Oh, I see. Interesting. I mean, besides considering like Chinese independent school could help you for the further studying, is there any like uh advantages that you consider to enter and motivate you to study there?
The advantage that I would say is probably the exam we have for the Form 6, because at
Oh,
Form 6 we have an exam that is similar to STPM, but this certificate is very well known throughout the whole world, but it is not recognized for Malaysian universities and colleges.
mm, which is quite sad lah because I think that's 统考, right, in Chinese term.
Yep.
I see. Quite interesting to know about that. So bring back the time when you first enter Chinese independent school. Like how is the school qualification system in Chinese independent school? Because I've heard like there is an entrance exam system, and I've taken the entrance exam system at first actually, but I didn't choose to enter Chinese independent school. So do you mind elaborating more about the entrance exam to us?
Yeah, we have an entrance exam because the school is really there is many students at the school, so they do this entrance exam is mainly for to just take in a certain amount of students. So every year there will be different qualified marks. So like when it was my year, if I never remember wrong, it was about 180 or 190, and ever since the pandemic started, I realized that the marks have been dropping, so it's a bit of a luck for all the students that are joining now. And it's this exam is just to see lah how good are you in the main subjects that the school has, and so it's so you won't struggle much when you go in because the exam is very like a beginner stuff for you to do at when you first enter the school.
Mm, I see. So you do think like entrance exam is beneficial for the school and the student as well, lah?
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, actually, I have taken this entrance exam also during my year six time. I think after UPSR.
Oh, mine is actually before UPSR. And recently, my younger brother, which is currently in year six,
Yeah.
have also taken this entrance exam, and he got qualified into uh the school that Nigel is studying right now. When I told this news to my friends, right, my friends kind of reacted and say that actually the dropping of the qualification mark signifies the dropping of the quality of the students they intake, and also signifies the dropping of the quality of the school. Do you agree with that, Nigel?
Actually, I do agree because the marks this year was 140, which I think it is really
Oh my
kind of
god.
like, yeah, it's a bit too low. It's like the school is already underestimating the students already.
Oh, I see. That's quite an interesting point of view. I mean, it's really too low lah. Like 140. The total mark is 400. Is it? If I'm not
Yep,
mistaken.
400.
I see. But I think it differs from a school lah. Like maybe the school in other districts will have a different qualification system.
Yeah, because every district is should be different qualification marks.
I see.
So, Nigel, how about if the result is not that satisfying, but I have another talent, like very strong talent. For example, I got the national champion in badminton. So can I be qualified for the school?
Sadly, you're not allowed because my school, when at the beginning, when you're gonna do the entrance exam, they don't really care whether how well you are at sports. Because what my school focuses on is on the studies. They don't really put sports at a very important side, but it's also my school takes it very strongly at the same time too.
Oh, I see. So after that, like after you enter the school matters the sport or not, like the co-curricular activities.
Sorry, can you repeat again?
Or I mean, does the school there matters the co-curricular activities other than academic?
Um, Curriculum activities, it does affect your average marks when you're gonna go up to a new year of study. So, like when we are in Form One, you want to go Form Two. The curriculum does have a small effect on your marks too.
Small effect. I see. I mean, then do you agree with this system? Like they don't consider talent such as sport as one of the qualification to enter your school, because from my point of view lah, if a student is really good at a certain sport, like what Nigel mentioned just now, he's good at in football, then he became like national player of the football. Then I mean, if the person enter the school, it can help the school like mengharumkan nama sekolah as well. Don't you think like the reputation become better?
I agree that they should put sports as a alternative too, but I can understand from their point of view that why they don't want to put sports because my school have the retain situation. So like if your results is not above the mark of 60, you will be retained at the same year. So I can understand why they don't really want to see it through sports because if people that some students that are good in sports and they come in, they don't focus too much on the studies, but they do. they focus too much on the sports, they would not really want to go on studying, and they will be retained. So it will be a very bad loss for the student.
I see. Interesting. So after talking about the school qualification, like may I know how's the school fees for your school? Like the range?
The school fees, it actually has a very difference every year, because when I first came in, it was a bit more expensive because we just started out in the year. It I can tell you the average is every is 1,000 and over. That is what I can tell from my point of view, because we have many in that 1,000 plus. We are paying for many things that we are using, like the computer fees, electricity fees, uh, and maybe the aircon fees and what so.
Oh, so your school will have aircon for every single classes, is it?
No. Aircon is starting from form 3 to form 6. You have the classes will have.
Oh, so only older people can enjoy lah.
Yeah.
I see.
Is it included the food or yeah?
No, the food is you have to pay yourself, because that is one good thing about what I think of the school, is because you have more choices for your lunch, your breakfast. There's many stalls. There's about 13 stalls that sells food, which
Oh,
is a bit better lah. Uh,
wow. Then what's your favorite food in the school? Or you can't pick one?
my favorite would be the mee shop lah.
Mee shop. Noodles?
Yeah, the noodle shop noodles.
Oh, I see. I would love to try out like Chinese independent school food as well because I also heard my friends saying that the food is super nice. Yeah.
That is not all the shops, not all the stores,
Oh.
because there are some stores that have a bit of an issue, like they don't really have a very good hygiene and whatever.
Oh, I see. I think for the qualification exam at the first time, right? I've heard something like uh if you get into first 20 or first 100, there will be scholarship system which some of the students can pay less money or just straight away free of charge of their for their tuition fees. Is that true?
Yeah. Not no, not to say it's 100% true, but they have some. I can't really quite remember, but if I'm not wrong, is from the first to the 20th, you will get a full year scholarship, which is you no
Mm.
need to pay for any school fees. But when you're from the 21st to 40, I'm not so sure, this is just what I, if I'm not wrong, 21st to 40 you get a 6 year, 6 months, sorry, which is half a year. And for the 40th to 50 you will get just a 3 months. So our school fees is paid every 3 months, so it's from the March, June, September we will be paying our school fees.
I see. I think same with private school lah. We also 3 months like once.
Yeah, I think most private schools are mostly like this.
Yep. Then after that, when they reach Form 2 and Form 3, is there any scholarship system as well?
If I'm not, unfortunately, no. The only scholarship you'll get is for Form 2 to Form 6. Whatever scholarship you need to go and apply for it. So when you're applying, they will ask for many details about, like what your parents work, their monthly income, and what so.
Oh, I
Oh,
see.
so it's not based on your academic results. Instead, it's based on like your family condition. Is it?
No, actually, they do see your results. If I'm not wrong, you have to be like uh quite average to get it lah. I'm not quite sure yet. I've really forgotten about this.
Oh yeah. So Nigel, how is the school atmosphere in your personal opinion? Because I personally believe some people or most people, especially the old generation, they have the stereotypes that every single Chinese independent school, the students are very studious and smart. So what's your opinion?
Yeah, my grandma
Mm.
said that.
Actually, that's when the older times. Yeah, it's quite true that the older times the students are pretty studious and smart, but for the now time, I would say not really, because there are still some students that are studious and smart, but there are still some students that are lazy, that aren't willing to work. They don't want to give their all. And the school atmosphere, I would say, when there's a time to relax, we all have a time to play, we all pretty much stick the schooling life as a joke like that. But when it comes to exam, that's when everybody will start last minute studying, asking friends, hey, have you studied? If you say no, then we'll join. Okay, like, we all do study.
Oh
It's
my god,
something like that.
relatable.
Yeah.
And Nigel, one thing I am quite curious about is how many students are there in one form?
um every form is different because every year they accept different students, but I can say average is about, every form there's at least more than 800 students.
Oh my god, that's quite a lot, I could
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, but after maybe like few months, there will be some students that decide to drop out from the school, that they
Understood.
can't take on the pressure whatsoever.
Then do you consider your school is quite stressful atmosphere?
Hmm. At the beginning, it's not so stressful because we are all new. The teachers is kind because they will understand from our point of view that we just came up from primary school. You'll be a bit they won't be too strict with us. But starting from form 2, the teachers will start being a little strict because they want us to be prepared for a form 3 exam, which is pretty important to for those that are like maybe your academic isn't that good, you didn't get the passing mark. Through that exam that you have, it can help you more. And then
Mm.
when it comes to form 4 to form 6, there is not much kind teachers. All the teachers are pretty strict. Some teachers like they don't even care. Like they will say, you I'll give you what you need, you just go back and you study yourself.
I
Well,
see. That's quite strict.
But after you study a while, you will find it like there's still students that will still don't care about what the teacher says. I'm just one of them.
Oh, rebellious student.
Yeah, but
Quite
I'm not
cool.
so rebellious. I'm just a bit.
Oh, a bit is cool, I could say. So, in terms of the like strictness of a teacher, aside from homework, how about the disciplinary issues? Because I believe like most of the people, include me, will think that uh Chinese independent school are super strict in terms of disciplinary, like the fingernail cut or not, the attire wear properly or not, and stuff.
Okay. The disciplinary issues, the two that you just mentioned, um, yes, they do check the attire and the nails, but that is not often. So it's like maybe some classes don't even gotten chances to get checked by the teachers. Like myself, I have never gotten any once from form 1 to form 4.
Lucky
And
guy.
yeah, pretty lucky. But in this term, they are quite strict. And the school, I would say that there are still students that don't really do anything properly, because there are still some students that actually do smoke, they do bad things, and some teachers that actually, not some, there's just a little amount of teachers that brings them into it. But the school influence doesn't have much. Mostly it's from the outside of the school.
Hmm. I mean, then how would the teacher or the principal take action on the gangsterism and stuff?
Okay. When it comes to gangsterism and gangsterism, if I'm not wrong, you will get disqualified from the school immediately. And smoking, our school has this system, like you have 27 full marks. So like every rule that you break, they will decide either minus you by 1 mark, 3 marks, or 9 marks. So like if your letter of absence you hand in late by 3 days, you will get a deduction of 1 mark. And if you're late for 4 classes, in 4 classes you will be minus 3 marks. and if you create a bigger issue, you'll be minus 9 marks.
I see. Which most of the parents like it lah. Like most of the parents like strict school, right? Demerit all the time.
Um, Actually,
Mm.
I'm not sure though because my parents, I don't even know whether they like it or not.
Oh, I see.
But it's still
No.
quite strict if compared to our school.
Oh my god, true. I don't dare to
Yeah,
say that just now. Yeah.
Yeah,
compared to
because,
all the schools, I think my school is still a bit
I
strict.
mean, it's definitely more strict than private school and public school. What?
Hmm.
What?
Yeah,
because the
that's
number of students is very much, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Niger, I think your school is quite historical, right? A bit, like at least more than 60 years, right?
My school is, if I'm not sure whether is it correct, but if I'm not wrong, it's about 108 years already.
Wow.
Oh, so I think there are a lot of historical buildings there. And can you introduce some?
So there is about at least 8 to 10 buildings in my school. There is the a newly built building, and that is mainly for the Form 6 students and the teacher's office, which is that building is pretty much quite cool because it looks very high tech and all, but it's actually not so high tech at all. Then there are the two oldest buildings. Yeah, I've used the two oldest buildings. That is really well taken care, which I'm very surprised because they say it's very long, but and it doesn't even look old. Like the building, there's one building that looks very new, but that is the oldest building there.
Oh my god, renovation is it? Like,
I don't know, maybe they decide to take good care of it using
mm.
our money, renovate
Oh,
everything.
students'
Yeah,
That's
money.
our money.
Mhm. Then next, I'm wondering, is there any like special, Chinese independent school tradition that everyone will follow, and it's secret and stuff?
Um, there isn't any tradition at all because the most that they would do is they would just host fundraising events, which is pretty fun. You guys should come one time.
Oh, I've gone there once, twice, I
Yeah,
guess. Yeah. Hey, that's really fun. I
yeah, it's
recommend
fun,
everyone to come. Yeah.
but it's very tiring for the students there because we will have a hard time finding sponsorships, everything. mm, there isn't any culture tradition actually because every school is just different. We don't do any tradition at all. Mostly they'll just do a fundraising event, and you will get a award for winning for fundraising the most money. Yeah, pretty much that.
Oh, the fundraising event is something like open school for 2 days, is it?
Yeah, you the anyone
Open
from
day,
out
yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
anyone from outside can come. And actually, I think there is this one tradition. I'm not sure whether is it a tradition or not, but I know that there is this competition that is held on the day of the 2 days of the fundraising event, which is the tug of war. So you have to fundraise a certain amount of money to join that competition, to join the tug of war.
Oh, then will the winner at last win the prize and get money?
Unfortunately, no, because it's a fundraising event, so they
Oh,
won't give you any
oh.
money. They
I
don't want to
see.
bother giving you any money.
Makes sense.
Niger, do you participate before?
Yeah, I participated twice. When I was Form 1, I did it. I got immediately eliminated in the first round, which is pretty sad. Then the second round, there's Form 2, I participated again, but that one was a bit of a pity because we managed to reach till the final four, but we got eliminated for the final three competition, and we won, and we were the fourth place.
Oh, I think
Oh,
you're super
not
muscular.
bad. Yeah, I think so. I
Sorry, can
mean,
you say
we
again?
should visit you once.
I think you are super muscular
No
because
lah.
I think for me, even the qualification round got eliminated.
You're too
Yeah,
humble.
every
Six
class is
pack.
different. No lah, that one still
Yeah.
no.
I mean, we could visit you once in the future. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, talking about the building, like just now, right? I'm wondering, there is dorm in your school, right? Like,
Yeah, there is
what's
a
the
student dorm, school students dorm. I think it's called
asrama?
student dorm.
Is that? Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
student zone.
yeah. Yeah, my school have. So they basically isolated into two parts, which is quite normal, the boys section and the girls section. And but it's very strict. The students aren't allowed to keep their phones with them, but only the head, there's like a student head who is in charge, like maybe assigning them to clean, to do this, do that. He is the only student is which is allowed to keep his phone after finishing school for the whole rest of the day. But the other students are given a time for at least 2 to 3 hours. They'll be given a time to use the phone, and they are required to study every day for us at a certain timing.
Oh, oh my God, pity them.
Yeah,
Cannot play
and
phone.
the students from form 1 to form 3 are pretty sad because they aren't allowed to leave the dorm to go anywhere. So like maybe the friend they and their friends decides to go out, maybe go Mid Valley or whatever, they can't go. The only place they're allowed to go is tuition center and anywhere near in the school. That's all. For the
Oh
form
my
4 to form
God.
6, they are only allowed. And I heard that my new vice principal set new rules that students aren't allowed to order food or bring food anymore. Because last time they were allowed to bring like maybe Maggie, some junk food, but now the teachers, that vice principal said it's no longer allowed. You are only required to eat school food. Whatever the school provides, you eat that.
Oh my God, that's really pity. I mean, like the extreme version of lockdown MCO. And also,
Yeah.
I think I can't imagine how. I think I can't even live day. I mean, can't order food, can only eat school food. But since you said like the school food is quite nice, I think they can survive lah.
No, actually, for them it's a torture because they are eating it. They have to eat it for 6 years, and they're gonna eat it non-stop for, like in lunchtime you're eating
Oh,
this, but then when you go back, when you're resting, you're still gonna eat the same food. So some of my friends pretty much hate it.
I
Oh my gosh.
see.
I hope they won't vomit one day.
Yeah, me too.
So Niger have one doubt, because some people they say some of the Chinese independent school they have some teens relationship issues, and there are some videos being exposed in the internet. So could you talk about this?
Mm.
I'm quite curious also.
And yes, my school do have those type of issues. But the most serious one I have heard, it I don't think it was happened in my school. It was happened in another school. My school, I have never heard anything so serious. Most of the one I heard was the students who got cheated by someone they met online. My school have many many students that are in a relationship. I have maybe quite a few that my friends of mine that are, but a lot are not. So that's why the school don't really encourage it. But if I'm not wrong, when they are caught, they will be given a demerit point too.
But is that really effective to alleviate this issue? Like, would the students follow it?
Sorry, can you repeat? What do you mean?
Oh, I mean, is the demerit system really effective to alleviate this issue? Would the students really follow that and break up with their boyfriend and stuff, boyfriend and girlfriend?
I personally think I have never been in any relationship, so I won't know. But I don't think that will affect them,
Oh,
unless it's fake between them. That's what I think. If it's true, then they wouldn't care too much, but their parents will care.
true, true. I'm not sure whether I can talk about this or not, but if not, then we'll just cut it lah. Okay, actually, in my school, right, if I'm not mistaken, our teacher once told us that it's okay for you to have a teenage relationship because because they understand there is teenage hormone and that will stimulate some of our lust and feeling. Um, but they don't allow and they strongly discourage any like holding hand, kissing, or any stuff that a couple would do. They don't want that to happen in school. Like you can have relationship, but you cannot kiss at school, something like that. Then is that working? Does that work in the school as well, or they just stop and stop this relationship? Like the whole relationship cannot happen in the school.
I don't think my school actually allows any because, like I said before, they just want you to study, but not many students care. They'll just play still. But I have, until now, I have really never heard of any such issues that came out. Most likely, I mean, like there may be a chance that it happened, but nobody knows. There is something like that.
Mm, I see. Talking about that, like, right? I'm wondering, like, what are the ways that you guys think that is more effective to solve this issue instead of just demeriting? How about Junjie? Do you have any idea, like, on how to solve that? Since you seems like an expert.
What you mean solve the relationship issues?
I mean, like, solve the impact of relationship because when there is relationship happen and hormone, like here and there would have the probability to have happen like pregnant, sexual intercourse and stuff. That will distract students
Mm.
from the studying. Mm.
How about preparing the condoms to them?
Oh,
No lah,
that's
just kidding.
oh. I mean,
But
I mean
some,
actually,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, go on, go on, go on.
I mean, actually, some of the school like in the Western country, right? They teach students how to use condom to prevent like pregnant issue. But I think that's a bit out of track. Yeah, Junjie, you can go
Yeah.
on.
Well, I do agree with you, but
Mm.
for the Asian culture, still not
Quite hard.
applicable. Yep, still quite hard. And for me, I think, of course lah, every school I think almost every school they are trying to prevent the teen relationship issues from occurring, but instead of just blaming the couples, I think the counseling matters, and the counselors they can try to uh, communicate with the couples and tell them, oh, yes, it's okay to still maintain, but you all want to like focus on your studies and you all can fight together. Like don't spend too
Mm.
much time on doing some exercise that's not really well during that age,
Mm.
but they can use the power of love in their study also, right? Like fighting
Mm.
together for their future. Yeah, like I
Yes.
think the counselor really matters in this situation.
Yeah, they can serve like the couple love can serve as a motivation to fight harder as well. Yeah, I do agree that, but just make sure counselor should be the trustable adults for students to look for. What do you think about it, Nigel? Like what were you talking just now?
Yeah, I just said, it's either you bring them in counseling or you put them into religion so that like they'll
Mm,
say, help me lah, Jesus, God, whatever. That's what I think lah.
I see. Religion. Nigel is a Christian, right?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you for all the amazing sharing from both Junjie and Nigel. This is the part 1 of episode 21. And we will continue talking about the syllabus, curriculum, and the exam system in Chinese Independent School in the part 2, which will be uploaded next week. So guys, be sure to check it out to make sure like what you listen is holistic. Subscribe us to support this content, and we are also available on Spotify, Anchor FM, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. Don't forget to drop us a follow on Instagram to interact with us as well as know our latest update. See you guys next time. Bye.